Welcome to POUSE Around the House. Now here we got some water damage textured finish on the ceiling. Many of you will know it as Artex. And in this video we'll find out if I can patch it up and fix it using some basic powdered filler. So I'm going to need my Henry Hoover, I need my builder's tub, I'm going to need a basic wall scraper and a suitable mask. And I will put links to all these tools in the description section below. Now Artex applied from the 60s through to around the mid 80s can contain traces of asbestos, so just check this before you start scraping away and breathing it into your lungs. So you'll notice here, just as a precaution, I got my GVS mask on with a P3 filter to look after my lungs. Then using my scraper I scrape back all the loose Artex. I started off doing this into my builder's tub, but then resorted to using the Henry Hoover simply because it's cleaner, it's easier and it's better all round. There's no particular technique for this, I'm just simply using the scraper gently, getting any loose flaky Artex away from that ceiling and using the Henry to suck it away. You've got to keep going until the Artex won't come away from the ceiling. Now if while you're scraping it just keeps going and going and the patch is getting huge, then it may be worth considering getting the ceiling replastered. However, if the patch stays fairly small, then you can obviously patch it up like I'm doing in this video. You can see now I've removed all the flaky loose Artex. Now if you look here, there is one more thing to fix, which is this old plasterboard nail. Now when I push this plasterboard up, you can see the nail sticks down, so I need to tap that back up into place and then use a plasterboard screw to securely fix this sheet of plasterboard back to the joists above. So I've just popped into the attic to see where the joists are. Now this is the chimney breast above where we're working below. You can see the joist running along the wall here, but there is a very small gap behind it, so we need to be careful that when we push the plasterboard screw through the ceiling, we don't push it into thin air. We want it to go into the timber. So back in the bedroom, and the joist is running along this direction here. So now using these drywall screws and my impact driver, I'm going to secure the plasterboard into place. Now don't forget, I'll put links to all the products and the tools in the description section below. So you can see I've driven that screw just below the surface of the plasterboard, and where that's pulled the plasterboard closer to the ceiling, it's left the old plasterboard nail sticking out even more. So I'm just going to tap that home with a hammer. So now you can see both the screw and the nail sat nicely below the surface of the plasterboard, and when I push on that you can just see how much more solid that is. But for belt and braces, I'm going to whack a few more screws through up into those joists and do a solid job. So now for the prep of the plasterboard. Now if you watch my other videos on plastering, the prep is exactly the same. I'm going to take some PVA glue. I'm going to mix this 2 parts to 1 with water. Now to do this, I'm going to put it in a milk bottle. I'm going to shake it around, and that way I can put the lid on it and it'll keep it nice and safe without it going off until I need to use any more. I'm also going to use a little bottle of water, cut it down to size for a little pot, and I'm going to apply it with a paintbrush. Very simple stuff. If you do want to watch my plastering videos, you can go to my plastering playlist, and I'll put a link to that in the description section below. And don't forget, I'll put links to all the products and the tools in the description section below as well. And then using an old paintbrush, it's as simple as dip it in the pot of PVA and apply it to the ceiling. Now when you're applying the PVA, only apply it to the area that you're going to cover with filler. And the reason for this is that when the PVA sets, it goes quite shiny and you'll find any paint hard to adhere to the ceiling later on. So all we're trying to do is seal up that damaged area of ceiling and around the edges where the old Artex or the textured finish was flaking away. With that done, we now need to get some scrim tape. Now scrim tape is used in plastering in exactly the same way, and we put this along all the joints on the plasterboard. And the reason for this is it gives some strength and will stop the cracks between the joints in the plasterboard coming through our new Artex, or filler in this case. Now scrim tape has one adhesive side, so it will stick to the ceiling when you roll it out, and you just need to cut it off with a knife. When you do apply this to the ceiling, don't overlap it or it'll create a high point in the ceiling which may affect the application of the filler later. So you can see I've used a length of scrim tape across the back where the plasterboard meets the chimney breast, and I've covered the gap between the 2 sheets of plasterboard. So to do this job I'm using Gyprock easifill 45. Now the 45 just means that it sets within 45 minutes, and this one comes in 5 1 kilogram bags, which just means if you open one bag and it goes off, you haven't ruined the rest. Now all the instructions on how to use this are on the back of the box. Now to mix the powder, it is recommended you add some water to a pot or bucket and then add the powder to the water, mixing it until you get the right texture. However, if you really want to, you can do it the other way round. Now this can be applied between 1 to 11 millimeters, which means that you can apply it quite thick, which is really good and exactly what I want. Now just bear in mind I am doing a textured finish, or otherwise known as Artex, and this product is not for that purpose. However, I'm going to give it a go purely because I use filler a lot, so why not have some leftover filler rather than leftover Artex, which I won't use, and also it's going to make a good video, hopefully. That said, it could go completely wrong, this doesn't work, and the video's rendered useless. We'll find out in a minute. So to apply the filler, or textured finish if that's what you're using, you need a plasterer's trowel and a plasterer's hawk. You'll also notice I used a bucket trowel to mix the filler, and don't forget I'll put links to these in the description section below. So using your bucket trowel, take a blob of filler and put it on your hawk, and you'll notice here I've mixed my filler nice and thick thick and gloopy, and this is so when you apply it to the ceiling, it doesn't drip down all over the floor, which is exactly what I want. So take some filler off the hawk and onto your trowel, as you can see me do in the video, and with the trowel at a slight angle, pull back towards you, spreading the filler over the ceiling. If you want more specific details on how to use a plastering trowel, you can watch one of my plastering videos, and I'll put a link to that on the screen now. So with that filler on the trowel, we're just applying some pressure. With a slight tilt of the trowel, pull back towards you and try and get an even coat of filler on that ceiling. Now we don't have to be too fussy, because in this particular scenario we are doing a textured finish, which means that the finish will be slightly rough like Artex, so we can sort that out later. Obviously if you were plastering, you want to try and get it as flat as possible, but we're not, so don't worry. Now to create the texture on my ceiling, I used a sponge and a carrier bag. Now this is quite an old school way to do it, and as we'll discuss in a minute, I should have probably used a stipple brush, which looks like this. However, this is what I tried for the video, and this is what we got, so let's get on with it. So with the sponge in the bag slightly loose and crumpled and the filler still wet, I just started to dab this on and off the ceiling. It was a bit of trial and error, and I got off to a slow start, but eventually I bedded into a bit of a technique, which was to gently pull away and slightly twist at the same time. And this left a slightly dimpled finish with a bit of a point, and it was at this stage that I really noticed that the texture wasn't completely matching in with the texture already on the ceiling, which is why I think I should use the stipple brush, as that was probably for the right texture on the existing ceiling, but it's not doing a bad job, so hopefully I've made the mistake so you don't. And don't forget, if you are enjoying the video or you're finding it useful, can you please give it a like? If you haven't done so already, could you please subscribe to the channel and press that bell icon for regular notifications, as it really helped me out. You'll notice here where I was dabbing the ceiling, I pulled a bit of filler away, so I've just gone back on with the trowel, troweled it in, and then back over with the sponge and the carrier bag. Then once I'm finished with the stipple finish, I take an old paintbrush and just drag some lines against the wall, and this is matching the existing textured finish on the ceiling. Then I use the brush just to feather it into the existing ceiling and match it all up the best I can. With that done, I take some wet wipes and I try to remove any mess I've made on the wall. And again, using the wipe, I just go around taking off any high spots off the ceiling where I don't want them. All in all, just having a general tidy up. And then finally, the horrible bit, cleaning my tools. So there we go, textured finish successfully applied. What I was mentioning earlier is you can see it's slightly pointy with the texture that I've done, compared to the old ceiling, which is a bit more rounded. But I'm not really too bothered. I think it's come out really well, and by the time it's had a coat of paint, I think it's going to look pretty good. You can also see along the back where I dragged the brush lines just to match into the existing ceiling. A few tiny little air holes by here, but I'm sure they'll fill up with the paint when I paint the ceiling. And just to do a proper job, I'm going to finish it off with some decorators cork. Now here I'm just using no nonsense cork from Screwfix, and I'm applying it with a sealant gun. If you want to know how to apply decorators cork in detail, I've done a whole other video on this, and I'll put a link to that on the screen now. So there we go, all finished, and the conclusion of the video is yes, you can do a textured finish using powdered filler. However, I would say use the right tool to get the right finish, which I didn't, but there we go, that's just one of those things. So after leaving it a couple of days to dry, all that's left for me to do is to paint that ceiling. Now can I just ask, if you have enjoyed this video, can you please give it a like? If you haven't done so already, can you please subscribe to the channel and press that bell icon for regular notifications. I've been POUSE around the house. Ta-ta, farewell.